Hi everyone, welcome to City Arts. I'm Barbara Hartley, Executive Director of the Downtown Arts District. You're in for a treat. You're going to meet some of the themers and dreamers in tonight's exhibit and also hear from Roberto Gonzalez. Have fun, enjoy the show.
All right, good evening, everyone. I'm Ha'ani Hogan. I'm the Development and Marketing Manager at the Downtown Arts District. I am so excited to have you here today, but before we get into the good stuff, which is when you hear from the artists, I did want to share with you how you can purchase art from the comfort of your own home. So here we are at the downtownartsdistrict.com, which is our main website. And it's where you can go to see all of the different exhibits online. And so you go to downtownartsdistrict.com and you get our cute little COVID-19 alert. So we can get rid of that. And so if I'm interested in looking at art, I would go to this little hamburger on the right-hand side, and then I'd see City Arts. And these are all of the different exhibits that we have going on at City Arts right now. So for this evening's reception, we have the Themers and Dreamers show, which is in the Signature Gallery downstairs. And we also have the solo exhibition by Roberto Gonzalez, which is in the Spotlight Gallery. So I'm going to click on the Signature Gallery downstairs exhibit. Here we are, and as you can see here, it says Themers and Dreamers, a show celebrating artworks created by former and present employees of Orlando's esteemed theme parks. And we have so many different art pieces featured by all of these artists, and they're absolutely amazing. And of course, we're happy to provide all of this online, but taking a photo of it still just doesn't give it justice, right? Doesn't do it for you. I always recommend that you come see the art in person. And if you're uncomfortable about coming to City Arts in person, please let us know. We can also coordinate a time when we're not open if you want to come see an art piece like, you know, right in front of your face. But you can see we have art from Mark Deli, who you'll hear from today. Here's Brian and the Big Bird piece. You'll also hear from him today. So lots of really good stuff. But for example, you know, Nick is a good friend of ours at Downtown Arts District. He's shown with us multiple times. So if I'm a buyer and I'm interested in Nick's piece, I will click on it and assume that it goes. It just takes a few seconds. And I can see a much closer look of Nick's piece, and there it is, the Are the Gods Against You? And it shows you the price. And if I'm interested in buying it, I would click Add to Cart. Super easy. We love how you know, we're able to provide this resource for artists. And that's all I have. Don't forget, you can go to downtownartsdistrict.com and purchase art online. And our lovely gallery manager, Kat, will coordinate with you on when you can pick up your piece. But speaking of Kat, she is at City Arts now. So let's hear a little bit from her. Kat, take it away.
Hi everybody, Kat Kwas here, Operations and Events Manager at City Arts. I'm standing in the fabulous Themer and Dreamers exhibit that we have here, full of creators from the theme parks. I want you to take a look around, it's magnificent. Hey everybody, it's Kat Kwas here, standing in City Arts with the fabulous artist Mark Deli, and he did these I don't even have the words to describe how beautiful these sculptures are. So, Mark, tell us a little bit about yourself, your career, your art, anything you want us to know.
I'm a sculptor, as you can see. I started my career with Disney when I was 19 years old here in Florida. So that would put me at 40 years with the company. And unfortunately, I was recently laid off. So Friday is my last day, December 4th. So I do commissions. So if anyone wants a sculpture done, please contact me. My email address is marc, M-A-R-C, mark.delle, D-E-L-L-E, .sculpture @gmail.com. And I'm also on Facebook too. So you can
Awesome.
look up Mark Delle Sculpture on Facebook. So, and I have a lot of stuff that I did when I was with character merchandise development with Disney. I was developing a lot of merchandise for the theme parks for many years, doing all the sculpture of the characters for product. And so I did that here in Florida for Walt Disney World and Disneyland merchandise. And then I was a creative manager in Singapore, overseeing character merchandise, the use of character art on merchandise for the ASEAN region. And then I spent 4 years in Tokyo as the creative director overseeing character merchandise development for the Tokyo Disney Resort. So
That's very cool. So most of your sculpture is done for the merchandising. Did you do any for like the animatronics? Did you do any for anything really like
just
that?
recently, I am with Walt Disney Imagineering. I'm their principal sculptor here in Florida, and I did a few sculpts of heads for possible and future animatronic figures, but I can't say which ones I've done.
Can't say which one.
Can't say.
Okay, well, let's take a look at these up close. Tell me about this one.
Well, Bing Crosby is one of my favorite all-time singers. I just really enjoy Bing Crosby. Watching him growing up on television with his family during the Christmas seasons, and I just felt compelled to do a sculpture of Bing. So it's a life-size sculpture of Bing. And then this other piece is Harriet Lake, and she was an Orlando philanthropist. This was a commissioned job for me to do, and it was canceled. So I went ahead and finished the sculpture, but it was never used.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Any Harriet Lake people out there, you can buy this. It's not that much. Look, it's fabulous. Fabulous surprise. It looks just like Harriet, a little younger than what I remember her, but I think she looks fantastic. And then who's this guy? He looks vaguely familiar, but...
Well, this is Walt. This is Walt Disney. Of course, Walt inspired me to come and work for the company. When I was 4 years old, watching Walt on television every Sunday evening, doing Walt Disney Presents in the Wonderful World of Color. And I remember my dad told me that when I was 4 years old, I was watching Walt on TV, and I turned around and I said, Dad, I says, when I grow up, I want to be an artist for Walt Disney. And so that inspired me all through junior high school and college to one day work for the Walt Disney Company. So my dream came true when they gave me a call after I finished my first year of art school at the University of Maine, and they said, we got a job for you if you want it. And I said, I'll be there within a month. So I finished my first year of school and I moved to Florida. My older brother was already living and working in Orlando, and he was working at Disney at Space Mountain. So I just moved in with my older brother, and within a week I was working full time as a staff craftsman. This was back in 1980, and we were building the attractions, and I was doing figure finishing for the Epcot. We were building Epcot at the time, and also Tokyo Disneyland. So I was working in the model shop and figure finishing. So it was such an amazing time for those 2 years, because we were working on big attractions for both properties. So it was being a 19-year-old kid coming in and being able to work on these things was just a dream come true.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite person / character that you sculpted that you can tell us about?
No, I can't.
You can't tell us. You can't tell us what your favorite is because it hasn't happened yet, or you just can't tell us.
For Disney?
Yeah.
Well, my favorite character, I think, is of course Walt. Walt is my favorite character. But an animated character, I would say Donald Duck. I've done a lot of Donald Duck pieces. I did 2 limited edition pieces when I was in Tokyo that were sold at their Disney gallery. It was limited to, I think, 300 pieces, and they immediately sold out
Oh, that's fantastic.
in the Japanese market. So I have 2. I got number 1s.
Okay,
of
cool.
both ones.
All right, and then one other question. I don't know if I saw it on Facebook or you told me, but you're working on a smaller scale now.
Yeah, I'm running out of room at home. My home office I'm running out of space because I'm doing these large pieces, and I don't have any more room to work on. So I'm doing 3/4 scale heads right now.
Okay. Have you ever done heads that say could be mounted on the wall so you could put them onto, like, I don't know, a frame, for instance? So let's say I came to you and said, really love to have a sculpture of my mom, but I don't have room for a sculpture, like it placed on.
I'll work with the person that's requesting the art, and we can come up with a format and something that would work for them.
Okay.
Like a bas relief or something like that. Yeah, I've done all that.
You've done all that. All right, well, folks, that's Mark Deli, and if you can't remember, call City Arts. I will find him for you. So his work is incredible.
And please come by the gallery and see my pieces, and I have a box of business cards with all my contact information on it. So.
And so you got a couple more weeks to see these things. They really are spectacular in person.
And these are the original sculpt.
Yeah.
These are the original clay sculptures.
One quick thing. So they never dry up like that, right? This is
an oil-based clay called Chavant. So it's a clay that'll never dry or harden or crack. It always stays pliable.
Very cool. Thank you, Mark, for coming
You're welcome.
out.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Please come to the gallery and enjoy.
Thank Hey everybody, Kat standing here in the gallery, and I am with the amazing Brian Stuckey and his art, which is unbelievable. So I'm gonna let him tell you about it. Brian.
Hello, I'm Brian Stuckey. I was a Disney animator, or I was a sculptor for Disney. I worked for Universal as a model builder for many years. My inspiration comes from Jim Henson and Walt Disney. I love stop motion. I have a stop motion YouTube channel, Sculptworks. So as you can see, I like, Henson and stuff. This piece particularly is my favorite Kurt Vonnegut quote, because I'm a huge Kurt Vonnegut fan, with Big Bird, because I've grown up with Big Bird my whole life. Yeah,
it was awesome. I have to tell you, somebody asked me, did Kurt Vonnegut Jr. paint that? Did he think when I went? No, that was a quote. But
I wish I was Kurt Vonnegut Jr.
How great would that have been too, right? It's like, But yeah, we got another piece of yours around here. We sold one of my favorites, and it was The Last Breakfast Club. So if you guys didn't get into the gallery to see that, then you missed something truly spectacular. So what somebody told me though, because I thought it was digital art, but it's not. You do all of the characters. So tell us how you make.
Yeah, everything like this, for example. This is all hand sculpted. Because you can't beat real lighting. Real lighting is still the best. And CG is getting really close, but it's not quite there yet. So there's nothing digital in this at all, except for the stained glass windows, which are just printed on paper, and then I backlit. The only thing that is digital about this was this one stained glass window was added in after the fact, because I wanted unfiltered sunlight coming straight through. And this is just a scene I came up with.
It's so cute. It is so awesome. And so you sculpted all the figures and then shot them, right? And
yeah.
Made oops, my camera's going weird. Don't do that. Wait, sorry folks. I'm challenged today. It's my Monday.
Yeah, it's great because you only have to build what the camera's going to see. So this wall ends here, and that wall, it's all built in forced perspective. Same thing with The Last Breakfast. That was all built in forced perspective.
How long did it take you to do it?
Gosh, I think it took me about 3 months for this one. That was working 40 hours a week, although also at my job. So now that I have no job, I could probably do it in like 2 weeks.
Oh, that's awesome. And The Last Breakfast Club, that took how many hours?
That took about 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah,
wow.
It was going home every night and sculpting one character, and then the next night painting the character, and then just keep doing that until I had every single, every single person from The Last Supper represented in serial mascots.
This is so fantastic. So you got laid off like the other people left?
Yeah, we were the first wave of layoffs at Universal. We were working at the model shop, building all the art director models for their upcoming events, but when there's coronavirus shutting down the entire industry, there's no events coming up, so they don't need concept models anymore.
That's true. I'm hopeful that it will bounce back, but
It'll all come back.
do you have something you're working on now? You know, you said you have the YouTube channel. Is there other stuff that you're doing?
If you go onto YouTube and type in Sculptworks, but spelled WERKS, that my stuff will be there.
Okay.
I do a lot of, at the moment it's a lot of holiday stuff just because we have so many holiday things going on.
Are you selling anything online? Are you doing anything?
I do have an Etsy store that has prints of The Last Breakfast. So you can get smaller prints. The canvas print that I had here was the very last canvas print in existence. So that's gone now. I have uncut 11x17 prints for sale for $20 each. So you can get those on my Etsy store. And again, if you just type in Sculptworks, you'll find my Instagram, my YouTube channel, my blog. Everything is under the same name. So
Cool. All right, folks, well, get out there. You heard it. Get your Christmas presents because you will not be disappointed, and let's support our artists that kind of are taking a hit right now. Brian, thank you so much for coming on.
sure, yeah, thank you. Thanks for having us.
It was my pleasure. Our pleasure. And today we are with Remy Jeffrey Coker, and she's going to talk to us about some of the fabulous art that she put in our Themers and Dreamers show. Hi, Remy. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Oh, good. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about your art.
Okay, so again, my name is Remy Jeffrey Coker, and I'm an illustrator and a theme park designer in Central Florida. So these are a couple of my pieces. I'm getting a master's degree right now in illustration.
Where are you getting that from?
I'm at Savannah College of Art and Design.
Really?
Yes.
Savannah, so are you just visiting?
No, I live down here now, and I'm taking classes remotely.
Oh, very
So-
cool. Excellent. Very cool.
So these are a couple of pieces that I've done for school projects, and now they are here in this
Savannah.
gallery. So a couple of them are advertisement illustrations. So this one and this one up here are environmental focused advertisement illustrations. And then this one down here is a book illustration.
So by advertisement illustrations, so you were hired actually to do them, or you did them as a
I did
school
them as a
project?
project, yes.
Okay, so tell me, what are they advertising? 'Cause that makes me very curious, and I'm going to focus in on your art piece. So,
Yeah,
but you
sure.
can keep talking. Okay.
Sure. So that one is an advertisement illustration for a board game. So that's supposed to be the front cover art for a board game that gets it snatched off the shelf. It's completely fictional, but yep, that's what that one's supposed to
Oh,
be.
it's very cool.
It's a fantasy game. And then this one is supposed to be for National Geographic. So for their expedition website, where people go and sign up for a expedition to Southeast Asia specifically.
Oh, well, it's very cool. So you did it digitally, or did you draw it?
Yes.
So you drew it all on the computer?
I drew it all on the computer, all using Photoshop.
Wow,
So
super fabulous. She had one more, but somebody had to take that home with them.
Yes.
They couldn't stand it. They said, no, I gotta have it home.
that one was also a book illustration for
It-
Treasure Island.
Right, Treasure Island. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful.
you.
That one I fell in love with. Somebody hadn't bought that, I probably would have got it myself, but
Thank
fortunately they got it. So which theme park do you work for?
So I was working for both Universal and Disney. So now I am just doing contract work. So still as a concept artist for the theme parks.
Okay, well, that's very cool. Well, I know the theme parks are having a tough time right now, but
Yes.
I am positive that they're going to bounce back. Don't you agree?
Yes, definitely. I'm hoping middle of next year is when they start picking back up.
Yeah.
With work. There was a lot of work going on that they've just put on pause. So I'm sure over the next year or so they'll start picking some work back
Because
up.
they're designing a couple more rides, right? So are you
There's a lot of
working on some of that?
I was working on a couple lands, so specific new lands in Epcot specifically.
Very cool.
Yep.
So, okay. So now, anything else going on? Any other projects you're working on?
I am still working on my master's thesis project. So I'm actually creating right now an interactive illustration, basically an educational resource for schools. So it'll cover various environments all around the world, and it'll pinpoint kids from age 6 to 12. And it'll be illustrations just like these, but kids will be able to get on and actually interact with them and learn from them.
You know, I'm only 12 years old. I could interact with that pretty easily.
Yep, it's supposed to, and the goal is to be able to use it digitally on the computer and also as an installation in museums. So families, kids will be able to do them with their families and parents.
That's very cool. Do you have a website, Instagram, anything like that that people can follow you on? 'Cause
Yes,
I know
absolutely.
that they will.
Yes.
And do you sell your art on those too? Because
I don't, but my email and contact information is all on there for anybody. But my website is remyjeffreycoker.com, and my Instagram is Remy_JC.
okay,
So
very cool.
all of my contact information is there if anyone's interested.
Yeah, and if anybody's interested, they can always reach out to City Arts, and we will reach out to you as well. Well, we loved having you in this show. Is this your first?
This is my first one.
Very first one.
Yes,
Oh, I'm so
I've
excited.
never displayed my art before, so
I'm
this
so happy about that. So we have different calls. So we hope that you will submit to that. We have one coming up if you have any more art. It's next month. It's called Affordable Art.
Okay.
And it's come Christmas, we want people to buy some art. And, you know, if they're thinking about gifts, we would prefer them buying local art than,
Yeah.
you know, something else. So
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
hoping you will submit to that. I'll give you that information.
Awesome, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today
Yes.
and showcasing your fabulous art. I know it's kind of hard to see on my camera because there's reflection, so you guys need to come on down to City Arts. This show will be hanging until December the 12th, so come on down, see Remy's art, and thank you again for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it was our pleasure. And today we're going to be talking to a fabulous artist. His name is Daniel Longman, and he does some of the coolest stuff I've seen in a long time. So Daniel, if you want to, you can talk with your mask.
Oh, okay,
Or
cool.
I'm standing far enough away from you, you can take that off so we can actually see you.
Hey.
Hey, look, it's so nice to see you. So Daniel is in our Themers and Dreamers show, and we're happy to have him. So tell us a little bit about your art.
So right now these are three works, part of my word series. So I like to be inspired by like topography and like words and laying out and that just love that kind of part of graphic design is topography and fonts and stuff. So I would usually pick a word and then kind of see where that takes me. What does that word look like? And what type of font should it feel like? What am I going to try and tell a story with that font itself? And these are just three examples of a word that I found, and then I decided to put it into a very specific font and then explore what that said to me, what that word is. And of course, like frosted, I could have taken that many different ways, and I went for actual things that are frosted, like, you know, cakes and pies and you know, donuts and everything else. And then I like to do a lot of layering with my art here. I like to draw with basically my X-Acto knife. So that's what, it's all paper cut.
It's all paper cut. That's what I was going to get to. So your art is all paper cut. So when, and it's hard for people to see on my phone how absolutely fabulous Daniel's work is. So you actually have to come down and see it for yourself. And I'll try to get as close as I can. Tell us about the other one though, which, by the way, is attracting tons of attention.
This is the paper sushi?
The paper sushi.
Yes. This one here is a part of another series where I was just doing random like food and things that, you know, you would not see made of paper, and one of them being sushi. Obviously, you wouldn't have real paper sushi. But this one here, it was another attempt at taking designs that were created by myself as far as patterns, because all my other works with paper cut, it's usually just flat colors and images that I want to do like color blocking with. But I wanted to experiment and
So
started working with my own patterns.
You did the design, the pattern designs on the paper before you made it into sushi.
Yes.
Oh my God, that is creative.
So deciding like what I wanted to create for like the different blues, and then of course I wanted to go two different ways. I've done a paper sushi where it's very realistic to the colors of sushi, and then this one is like the the opposite of that. So very vibrant colors that you would not see in sushi. Like, you know, the rice for the most part is represented with a blue on a blue. And then some of the fish itself is purple or orange or like bright oranges. So things that all kind of come together. But like here, my favorite is the blue here is my little logo is a T-Rex on a bicycle. And I was able to incorporate him into a pattern, which I've been able to use. So I like to sneak him into anything I do. He's my little signature.
He's your little signature. So,
he's actually in here too. He's this part of the T-Rex. I just took
I
out his
see
bike.
him.
So.
Yeah, oh, look, it might be easier to see outside. You see the little T-Rex in there? Hello, honey. So what do you do for a living? You work at the theme parks and you're a design artist? Is that the...
Yes. So I'm a graphic designer currently. I used to work for Universal and was a graphic designer with their props and models team, which was a fantastic job. It was super fun getting to design all that, those experiences for people. Fortunately, yes, a lot of us are no longer with the theme parks because of our current situation. But I was able to find another job that was perfect fit for myself. I work with Shuffled Inc. So we design board games and playing cards and tarot cards. So a lot of games that sold that same kind of interaction, but in a personal level. Oh. So I get to help design those and help other people who are artists do the technical aspect of it. So they will submit their art to me and I will make sure it lays out and then we'll test it, get boxes made, get the cards made. So it's kind of both. There's a little bit of production design as well as, you know, original art design as well. So it's a very good fun fit.
That's very great. So is this your first art show, or have you done more?
I've done a couple other ones. I was in the Dia de los Muertos show a couple of years ago. And then there was another one not too long afterwards. I can't remember the name of it was, but this is be my third showing. Oh, it was the aquatic one.
Oh, right. Immerse, when it was Immerse. Right. I did to do away with that because somebody else took Immerse as their event thing. But no, actually kind of went away for other reasons. That is fabulous. So you obviously have a Facebook and Instagram and website people can follow you on. You want to tell us what that is?
If you go into Instagram or to Facebook, it's Mini Longmania. So just MINI_Longmania, LONGMANIA. Or if you type in Longmania hashtag anywhere, it should usually pop me up.
Mini Longmania. That's very creative because you do miniature work and your last name is Longman. I can remember it, folks. I hope you can too. Daniel, it has been a pleasure to get to know you. Thank you so much for coming in and showing. And we hope you show again. We do have another show coming up in December, which is it's called Affordable Art. So we're trying to make people see that they can buy art for Christmas. So if you have anything that's not too expensive that you'd like to submit, bring it in when you come to pick up your pieces.
Definitely will.
All right. Thank you so much again.
Thank you.
All right. Now, hi everybody. I'm here with Roberto Gonzalez, standing in City Arts in the middle of his solo show. Hi Roberto, how you doing?
How are you, Kat? Nice to see you.
Good to see you too.
I'm very happy to be here with you and be part of the City Arts for so many years. And I am very happy to show you my art. My art is usually, the impression you see here, it is nature. I love nature. I love the colors, I love all about it. You know, I have one painting behind me. You can see it later. It is like the Everglades. The Everglades is full of life. I love that. I love the colors, life. And this is how I do my paintings, with this impression you see in my paintings.
It's very cool. The two behind you are two of my favorites. And I know you use a little bit of pouring, but it's not strictly that. So can we talk about those two, and then I'll go around the room and you can tell me a little bit about some of the other ones.
Yes, sure.
Okay. So I'm going to step past you and you
this one right here. It is like you see it's pouring, but I finish it with brush and all my passion and my feeling for these kind of colors and explosion coming. I think it is very, very unique. It
is. I've coveted this piece for many years. But this one too, this one, this is the first time I've seen this in this show. And I have to tell you,
I love the painting too because it has so much so much the impression to give it to you, these flowers and the color, and it is the brushes too, working
Yeah,
with
the
brush.
texture is phenomenal in that piece. You know, it's just really cool.
Thank you.
All right, so we're walking around a little bit, and you're like me, you like your oranges and your reds quite a bit. I can
Yes.
tell from yourself.
Yes, I love the yellows and orange and blues.
Yeah.
And that one is like a lava, an explosion in the air to give you that impression too, with all these reds and colors.
It looks hot.
It looks
Really.
I like
You
that
and your
one.
art, they're the same. Come
And
on.
that one is, something I have to say something. Each of those paintings is part of my soul and part of my travels. Every time I travel, I pick up something in my mind, and when I came home, I start to deliver it and play around. And this is another place where I went.
Yeah, so this was,
They call it like Arizona, in the Grand Canyon to see these wonderful, beautiful views. And this is an abstract for that thing. And that one too, it's like the sea, the water coming and going, and the certain parts I went before. And this is how I looking.
cool. Let's get you over there, because you were telling us about, oops, my camera's going the wrong way. Come on, camera. You were telling us about the Everglade one,
The
right?
Everglades. That one is one of my favorite painting. I painted quite a few years. And it gives me so much life. And you can see the birds flying, and the water, and the alligators, and the snakes, and all these canoe here coming to wait for somebody to come a little ride.
Yes. Everglades kind of scare me,
It is scary,
It
yes.
is a little, it's more the snakes and the bugs, maybe the alligators.
Yeah. And that one
You
is
go back.
the second galaxy. I see so many things for the planets and everything, and pictures for people go to the moon and all these things. And I have an idea to express that thing in one abstract to see how the planet works.
Oh, it's really cool. It does. It looks like I would go to Mars.
Yeah, right. We're going in quite a few years. I think maybe by 1930, we're going to be in Mars. And this is, I don't want to go because I want to come back, but they don't guarantee that.
That's right.
And I love that one for the snow too. My feelings in New York City when it's pressure with all these buildings, there's snow coming, and this is how I look in that
It
impression.
does. I like that one a lot. Of course, this one's got a lot of texture in it too.
Yes, the sun and the reflection in the water and all this very, very strong sun. And
Yeah. Very cool. And then there's one more. We're going to hit this one more. It's in the hallway because we like to. Oh, my lights are giving me grief today, but there we go. Thank you, light.
yes.
This one is massive. Well, it's not massive, but it's big.
It is. I love the way the painting went and in the battle of the trees, and it is something really unique for me and attaching to me with all my feelings in that painting.
It's really cool. It's beautiful. So,
You
folks,
see this type of impression to came here. It is really, really cool.
it is really cool. And you can look at it on my camera, but really you should come to City Arts and check out Roberto's solo show. It is full of texture and life and color, and you will not be disappointed. Roberto, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you, Kat. Thank you to having me, and we see you soon. I hope you come to see my art, and I love you.
I love you too. Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show, and please join us tomorrow night for another virtual art reception. If you feel comfortable coming out, we'd love to have you come see the shows in person through Sunday, the 13th of December. So come see us and check us out online on Facebook and social media. Bye for now.
Thank you for joining us this evening for the virtual art reception round 1. We featured the Themers and Dreamers exhibition as well as the solo exhibition by Roberto Gonzalez. Don't forget, if you're interested in purchasing art online, you can visit downtownartsdistrict.com and see any of the art pieces that we have currently on display at City Arts. You are also welcome to come see us in person. All of the exhibits that are currently on display will be up until December 13th.